Welcome back to part 3 of the Odyssey.
We've been talking about the Odyssey. God, like, why did we not ask the Odyssey production company for a bit of money for this?
Yeah,
we're
we should have.
fools.
I know.
Just give them. This is our 3rd episode on the Odyssey.
Go on.
We're just not commercially minded.
No, we're not.
Nick sent a question in.
Yeah. Oh, I love
so what happened was I put on my Instagram a little video because can I just say about the video, right? It's a long time gone off my Instagram now, so you probably haven't seen it. But let me just explain to you. I was walking down Georgia Street in Dublin and I pointed the camera at myself.
Yep.
And I said, I'm going to see the Odyssey. I'm going on a hot date with my date to go see the Odyssey. Where is he? Where is he? And then I turned my camera around and I saw Neil Delamere walk across the bottom of Dame Street, and bottom of George Street at Dame Street. And I pointed the camera at him. And then I proceeded to walk across the traffic, the pedestrian crossing, whatever. And a woman immediately stood and looked directly into the camera, which I was pointing at Neil, and I kind of quickly flicked it away because, like, she hasn't signed an
NDA. Neil Delamere allows.
What are the release? A release to be on my video. And then I was walking across and I said, "Oh, there he is. He's so handsome."
Yeah.
At which point, a guy on a bike was parked and looked directly at me, pointing my camera, heard me say, he's so handsome. Then I veered past him. And then just as I could then get past him and see Neil Delamere, a guy with a luminous safety jacket on another bike came up and was like staring into the camera. So the video was ridiculous of the 3 people who were caught on it while I was trying to get Neil on video. Okay, anyway, so I put that video up on my Instagram, and then a couple of people got back to me. Well, a couple of good people got back to me, obviously saying they enjoyed the movie, what was it like, blah, blah. But people asked me questions. So Nick has a great question.
Oh, yeah.
Nick said, so jealous of you and Neil going to watch the Odyssey.
Yeah.
I don't know if he means because we're on a date. I don't know if he's jealous of
it's
you or
Odyssey.
jealous of me.
I think it's the Odyssey.
He goes, as it's a Greek epic, which of you would survive in it? What character would you end up being? A king or a villager?
Oh.
So taking our real personalities and putting us into that world, like, I'll tell you now, I am raped and pillaged. I am slaughtered.
Oh, you were slaughtered, are you?
I am a quiet, like, living off the land kind of character in any of these scenarios. Like, do you know when people talk about, like, you know disaster movies, survival movies? You know, like, I don't know, like 2012 or whatever.
The Towering Inferno.
Yeah, again, nice ancient reference. At least I was going back to 2012. But, like,
that was deliberate, Inferno.
I know. Movies where...
The Forsyte Saga.
Movies where, like, we move or we die.
Yeah.
I'm not moving.
Yeah.
I'm not moving.
We move or we die. Well, we die.
Yeah, like, we die. Like, honestly, like, if there's a zombie outbreak, I want to be the second person bitten. I just want to, like, I'm not trying to survive.
The same as you.
Like, if there's a nuclear bomb, I want to be in the blast. I'm gone in ash in an instant.
Really?
I don't want to escape the fallout and then figure out how to grow crops.
Like, you don't want to live underground.
No, none of that. Like,
kill me now.
Think of any of the disaster movies, any of the zombie movies, any of this, like this kind of Odyssey where, like, you know, you're sailing and you're clinging on to life in the rough seas and no, like, throw me overboard. Just get me out. I'm done.
I think I've said this before. I think the worst place to be in a zombie apocalypse would be Lourdes.
I've never heard you say that before.
Because somebody would be, you know, the traditional zombie walk.
Yeah.
You see the zombie walk and you go, oh, that's zombies.
Zombies.
You get attacked by a zombie outbreak happens in Lourdes. There's a point at which you're like, well...
Sorry, does everyone listening know what
what's
Lourdes?
going on here?
Americans necessarily know what Lourdes is.
Let them rise.
Oh, wow.
Let them figure it out. Okay. So I think
you would be. I think you'd be noble. I think you might have a title.
I think I'd have a title, but I would be one of the horrible ones. I'd be one of the horrible, scheming, trying to get Anne Hathaway. No, I'm not handsome enough to get her, straightforward. But
that's a real Midlands attitude there now.
But if I get enough road frontage, I can get the Queen of Ithaca.
I think
that's how it's done, isn't it?
That's exactly who you'd be.
Yeah, I think I would quite like the random violence, quite like a bit of that.
Okay.
Quite like a bit of, my sister fenced for Ireland.
Wow.
Did I tell you that?
No.
My sister fenced for Ireland. Led them out at the Under-17 World Championships in Stuttgart. No, I must have told you this before.
No, I've never heard that before.
So I bet I've told you this before. So yeah, she used to fence. And
We
so
did a podcast on fencing, and you didn't tell me in that episode.
in the Boris.
Yeah. You didn't.
Olekshenko's
Olenschenko.
We must have talked about it.
No, go on.
So we used to. I apologize if I'm repeating myself. Yeah. So we used to have people from behind the Iron Curtain come and stay with us in the Midlands in the 80s.
People think I'm a spy because I went to Russian college. This fella.
So we had a guy from Czechoslovakia as well at the time, and he stayed with us, and he had very little English, and we were trying to I have told you this. So he says to me, "What's your dad do?" And my dad used to work for Bord na Móna. It was a semi-state, and we couldn't explain that. And he was a lovely fella, this guy. And after a while, all we could say is he works for the government.
Yeah.
And as soon as he said he works for the government, your man wouldn't talk to him, and he wouldn't look at him. He didn't,
of course, the paranoia.
He was paranoid. So we used to have people from kind of West Germany when I was a kid, and
not East Germany, West Germany,
and Hungary. Yeah. And
wow,
because that's where they used to do exchanges. So that's where fencing was massive. My sister was behind the Iron Curtain and all those places when people didn't travel to those places. When Yugoslavia was Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
So my point is that she could probably give me a few tips with epee, sabre, and foil.
Yeah.
So in terms of viciousness,
that's good because you know those.
I think I'd be like Littlefinger, like Aidan Gillen. I think I'd be a schemer and a planner.
And there are a lot of scenes in these kinds of epics, be it Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, the Odyssey, where the young potential kind of future master, the prince is training with the master of arms.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like again, I'd just be like, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm gonna hang out with my mates. Like whatever the equivalent of PlayStation in Game of Thrones is, I'm gonna do that. Like
you'd be sitting in ancient Greece just moving Icarus around on a flight simulator.
Yes, now you're talking.
I've put Icarus too close to the sun again. I've got my flight path wrong. I mean,
do you remember Gladiator? Do you remember Joaquin Phoenix's character in Gladiator?
Commodus, was it?
Yeah, Commodus. Yeah. So like terrible human.
Yeah.
Like full
cheating.
Of the cheat and full of the excesses of Rome.
Yeah.
That
would be you.
That's who I can go with. Like if I was to have a position. So, whereas I think in reality, I'd just be in the street. And I'd be a cur.
Would you?
Yeah, and I think
you wouldn't do anything to survive in the streets, so you'd die in the streets.
Yeah, utterly contemptuous.
No, I think I'm from a long line of skeevers, malevolent actors, people. I'd love to do Who Do You Think You Are? Because I think it would be a shameful past.
Really?
I think it would be a shameful religion swapping.
The French have come over to Ireland.
Oh yeah. Bonjour.
Delamere ici.
Yeah, I think there'd be a lot of underhanded scheming, Machiavellian. I'll open the gate for you.
I think my episode of that would be remarkable in that who is there an Irish one? No.
I think there. Yeah.
Well, who's the famous host of the English one?
I don't know.
Okay, whoever. Let's say it's.
There is no host. I think it's hostless, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's annoying. Anyway, I would think they would go, it's remarkable that you're here, and I would be waiting on some incredible tragedy throughout the generation.
Yeah, nothing.
No, every single one of your ancestors was just like, just take me now, I'm ready to die. How they ever found the time to reproduce and survive and keep the line going is in itself remarkable.
I think if they trace my people back and they would go, your grandfather was the guy who took the 30 pieces of silver from Judas Iscariot and invested it in a Vanguard index-linked fund and actually invested his money for him.
Yeah, right.
And just tried. There's a lecture in the Gospel of Mark about the value of compound interest. I think that's how scheming my people were. That's a great question.
It's a great question from Nick, in fairness. Yeah.